Yes guys, welcome from me, Championship Manager 0102. A real quick blast today. I'm just firing up a game on a minimum database, so it shouldn't take too long at all, but it does mean there'll be less players in the game. I'm going to load up a short list, so you can see the title, Where Are They Now? So we all look, we've all got our go-to players who are like gem players, I've certainly got them. What I want to have a quick hit on is, did these players really make it in real life? Let's take, for example here, he won't actually load up on this game, but let's take Sahar. Well, everybody knows he's like the biggest legend in CM 0102, but he never really made the heights in real life, did he? So Sahar wasn't really ever, he was a player, and because he was a player, which is why, in my opinion, it makes it an acceptable rule to purchase him in the game. The only player that's not acceptable to purchase in the game, as an opinion, is Tobadira, because going back, if we were to talk about who made it in real life compared to the game, then that would be bullshit, wouldn't it? So let's just do that. We'll just take Arsenal, shall we? Okay, so let's take a look now then at the players. So Christian Vieri, Salas, Shevchenko, they all made it, didn't they? I mean, Shevchenko, being Ukraine, made it very difficult for him to shine on the world side of things. Del Piero, Beckham, all these guys who already had the high reputation clearly did well, no doubt about that. Yeah, they all did well. Let's particularly though have a look at this. Okay, so we've got 36 players here. Figo, I don't even know why he's on there. Scrap some of those top ones there. Louis Sahar, let's start with him. Now, he got that move to Man United in real life, didn't he? But he was pretty much plagued by injuries. And to be fair, Louis Sahar is plagued by injuries in the game. Joe Cole, now Joe Cole, me and my brother always said Joe Cole is a £50 million man in this game. Joe Cole, he didn't really make the heights in real life, did he? I mean, I know he got his big moves, but he never really excelled. So Joe Cole, Ashley Cole, well, he was probably one of the best left backs in the world, in my opinion. The Fulham players, they never really did it, did they? Although everyone's got a different short list, obviously. So I'm just cherry picking a few players. Let's take our Swedes then. Stefan Celekovich, as you can see one there. Let's take the rest. Kennedy Bakarugu. Although Bakarugu was a legend for Hammarby, none of them, they didn't. I mean, they didn't really make the heights in real life. Stephen Reed was always a versatile player in real life. Richie Wellens was pretty much a league player. Let's carry on now then. Who else we got around here? Mike Duff. I think we've got to talk about Mike Duff. Now, Mike Duff, I think he did play in the Premier League though, didn't he, with Burnley? Mike Duff was insane. I mean, some of these players, they're all lower league players. Steve Husham, they do really, really well. Jamie Victory, Michael Donnell, very, very interesting indeed. Taribo West, well, big debate about his age, isn't there? How old was Taribo West in real life? Guardiola, probably not as good as a player as he was as a manager, personally. Players like Stephen Pearson, Mark Kerr is certainly good. There's a couple of my go-to players, Arcadius Back. So many players in the game that didn't make it in real life. Which Saviola, let's take Javier Saviola, didn't really make the heights, did he? That I think this game built him up to. Although I think it was more the previous version of CM that he was really built up. Thierry Henry. Again, it was the previous version that built him up. Anybody remember the player Ibrahima Bakayoko? I think he moved to Everton, didn't he, in real life? Van Nistelrooy, well, he was deadly in this game. Van Nistelrooy, Mark Viduka. Viduka built this game. This game built Viduka up to be a gem of a striker. Didn't really make it in real life like he did. Buffon, I'd agree with that. Ryan Giggs, I would agree with that. Scholes. All these top players I would certainly agree with. If you guys have got any players that you can think of that was always a go-to player who who never really made it in real life, or if they did make it in real life, give us a shout, you know, share it with us, yeah. I'm always intrigued to know, you know, where did they end up, how did they end up, these certain players. If you look at Man United, you remember this one, won't you? Laurent Blanc. He was shocking at Man United, wasn't he? He really was fucking shocking. Obviously, he moved to Man United at the start of this game. Bartes didn't really do anything at Man U either, in all honesty. So that is that. Anybody else then? Roy Keane was just a monster. I think Roy Keane was a great central defender, defensive midfielder, absolute rock. You'd have him alongside Vieira, wouldn't you? That is that then, guys. If you've got anything you want to add, like I said, just throw it down there, throw it in the box down there. Until next time, guys, take it easy from me.